Today you will need a glue stick, markers, scissors. If you want to use crayons, you could do that too, or a pencil. And then you will have your paper doll. On the back, where there's not color, go ahead and write your name and class code on the back. Then you will need to go and get paper to start to get some clothes for your paper doll. You will find paper in these containers, and go ahead and grab a few different sheets. You might want one big piece if you're doing like a dress or long pants to make sure that it will fit your paper doll. So just think about what colors that you might want, what kind of outfit you want your doll to be wearing. I think I like this one for a dress for my doll, and maybe I want some white for accessories. So if I just need it for something small, I'm just gonna get a small piece. And let's see, I think I want a little bit of blue too. I don't need a lot, so I'll just grab that. Okay, and I'll head back to my doll. So I'm going to start, the easiest way to make a pattern for what your doll is going to wear is to set it on top of the paper that you're making it out of. So I'm gonna measure, and I want to get as close to the edges as I can so I don't waste any paper, and maybe other kids can use it too. But what I'm gonna do is, this is where my dress will start, up at my doll's neck. So then I'm gonna trace around on the paper how big I want the dress to be. Now the dress can be bigger than the doll, so I'm gonna have it kind of go out a little ways here. And then I'm not tracing on my doll. I don't want to get anything on it. So I'm going to go behind it, and later I'll connect my line. So there's the bottom of the dress. And then I'm going to go back up and see how I want it to be kind of like a short sleeve dress, so I don't go all the way down. Okay, so I've traced that, and what I need to do now is connect some of my lines so that I know where to cut. So I'm going to connect here for the bottom of the dress, and then these are the sleeves. If you wanted, you could make the sleeves like ruffly or something like that. And if you wanted to make a collar round up here, you could do that. Then I would just go ahead and cut it out. Slowly and carefully cut around the edges, and when you're done, return your scraps to the bin. Your doll could also be wearing farmer clothes or normal clothes. It can be anything you want. So see here, I'm getting some brown worker pants that I cut out and traced. You could make overalls and cut those out as well, and add some patterns and designs on. Now, after you have made clothes for your doll, and you've probably decided if it's a boy or a girl, but I just showed you some different examples like dress or overalls or pants, and you would do the same thing with a shirt, you can add details to them. So if you wanted to add like some designs on the dress, you could add a little collar with your markers. You could add designs, or you could take scrap paper, like I grabbed some white, and I could also just cut out something for the dress if I want it to really stand out. So maybe I want to have a really bright white stripe across the dress, so I'll just cut that out. I could also make a collar with the white too, and that would be kind of cool. I could do that. Another thing you might want to think about doing is adding shoes. So shoes, you can do the same thing. Let's slide her up here. You can do the same thing, and you just take whatever color paper you want to make your shoe out of, trace that, okay, and then across you can decide how that connects. And then instead of just making one, I would fold it in half and cut out two, and then you can also add designs onto that. Okay, then if you want to make some things like you can draw a face on if you would like to draw a face on, probably add some hair. So again, whenever you're making something, you can kind of use the same method where you set it behind the doll, okay, just so that you know where it is. And we know that hair goes on top of the head, so I'm going to go above where her the top of her head is and trace that, kind of trace where her neck is too. And then if I go back up here, then I also want to kind of show maybe that there's a part or that there's bangs or something like that. So I'm going to finish drawing it that way, and then I can cut that out and I can add that, and you can do whatever color hair you want. You can add as many details as you want. If you're someone who thinks that you're going to use this doll and maybe you want to switch out the outfits for the doll, you don't have to glue them on. If you feel like you just want to finish your doll and have it have this one special outfit and look, then I would just start gluing things on. So I'll just take my glue stick, go ahead and glue on the dress. I would glue on the hair, draw on the face, and make this doll into whoever I want it to be. So again, once you've glued things down, go ahead and flip your doll over and give it a little massage just so that it sticks down. And then you're welcome to add as many different things and details as you want. So I might put some like strands in my doll's hair just to give it texture. I could draw eyes and eyebrows and nose and mouth. I can keep that pretty simple, or you can get as detailed as you want, gluing on shoes, or maybe your doll's like holding something. You can add so many extra things. And I hope that you have so much fun with it, adding details to the clothes. So on overalls, you could get a white crayon and you could add like pockets and things like that. Or maybe if your doll is like a farmer, it's holding different tools or animals or something like that. So you can have so much fun with the details that you add and making this doll your own. Good luck. Make sure that when you're finished, you take your scraps and put them back into the right colored drawers over here, and get so that other artists can use that scrap paper again.